First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Listen, if you're trying to be on a low-fat diet, did you know that chicken is one of the meats that everybody looks at to say chicken is the way to go, right? You want to eat chicken. Chicken is good. It's low in fat. Do you know there's 1/3 less fat in chicken? I'm sorry, 1/3 less fat in goat meat than chicken. Oh. So you should start eating goat.
Okay.
I just now got in.
Hold on, I got to find your mic again.
I just now got into goat cheese, but I don't know that I can make the leap to goat
cheese. I love goat cheese. And what's the difference when you have like one of those Lebanese or Greek with the pita bread and stuff?
Oh, the
but
gyro.
That's lamb.
Gyro? It's lamb.
It's lamb. It's not goat.
So is goat also high in protein? Because if it is, it's high in protein and so low in fat. Some people are saying the goat is, in fact, the greatest of all time when it comes to eating healthy.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of there's not a lot of fat in squirrel either. If you want some, and puffballs, very very delicious, good for you, right, Joe Load?
Well, I prefer venison myself.
Venison is really good. That's a nice lean meat, right?
Very lean.
Joe says anything you can shoot.
Bison's very good.
Bison is good for you too.
Very lean.
Yeah.
You know what they say on goat as well? In fact, it's quite impressive. There are more per serving. There are more grams of protein in goat than there are than Joe Load got on election day.
Oh boy!
Wow.
Did you have to go there?
I had to. Why wouldn't we? I mean, we have fun with stuff like this, right?
Joe, I think you knocked on the door. In my opinion, I just want to throw this out there. You went up against some long-time, people who were long-time residents.
The establishment.
You went up against the establishment. Yeah, that's exactly it. What do you think, Joe?
I think so. I mean, you got to think Phil Sacco is, he was he is currently county legislator, but he's moving out of that position. And he was town supervisor before and on the council before. His nephew, who was on the board now, has come in, and it wasn't an easy challenge. And I think what made it more difficult is that I was running under the Democratic Party, which was a little bit more difficult. I had 30 people show up to try to vote for me that were Republican in a Democratic Party, which I thought was kind of nice, I thought that was
that's really nice.
Impressive stat there.
I do think that is a part of your challenge too. Is you're in a Republican area, you were running as a Democrat.
Well, not only that, but I am, a Republican. I just was registered Democrat. Didn't have enough time to change parties.
Oh, okay.
And get the signatures that I needed, so I had to run. I had no choice. If I wanted to run in the race this time, I had to get in. As what I was registered for, and
I was shocked. I was completely shocked. I mean, here we have Joe Load as a Democrat. We have Tim Julian as a Democrat. I'm beginning to think, what is going on here? This is just crazy.
Yeah, Jim Zeck is a Republican. It's like this bizarro world.
That's right.
I love the honesty of Joe. That is like, listen, I couldn't change parties. That's why I ran. It's not this, I've always been.
I do believe that played a role because I'm going to tell you something. There are some people that would not vote for you because of the D.
Yeah. Well, and there was a lot of people that couldn't vote for me because of that. But, it was, I'll just say this. This is the worst part about this whole entire election was there's over 1,000 registered Democrats in Deerfield, right? And 150 show up to vote. That's pretty shameful.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, and then, that small percentage of people showing up doesn't help. And then when there is something wrong, I bet you there's more than 150 people that complain about things.
Well, that's true.
What I mean?
But another part of this that you have to think about, too, is the Democrats who kind of know you as, he's a dino. Right? Democrat in name only. We know he's really a Republican.
Bill, in this particular stage of politics,
yes.
Okay, as councilman, really does Democratic and Republican really play a huge role in, maybe who's going to vote for a road getting repaved?
Right.
Or,
It shouldn't.
At this level, I mean, there shouldn't be a bipartisan anyway. I think as this is level, it doesn't need to have. You have to be Republican or have to be Democrat.
Well, and what you'd want is to have it bipartisan. Like it's
right.
Or really, what you're really saying is you want it to be nonpartisan. Where it doesn't really matter, right? At the local level, doesn't really matter. I mean, as we said, Jim Zecca's a Republican now.
Yes, pretty diehard.
It doesn't make any sense.
Can you imagine you can make up your own party like Joe's would be likes to party?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, hell!
I get that from you, Andrew.
They're always
save the rim shot. We all know what you're looking for.
They're always great jokes when you got to explain what you mean. You know what I mean?
It's Monday. Leave me alone.
Now, did you get your campaign slogan from Andrew as well? Because that might explain some things. I'm just kidding. Joe, I want to mention, I took a swing at you coming out here, but I just want to say I give you a lot of credit.
Yeah,
for somebody
that's a big deal.
Jumping into politics for the first time, it takes a while to get to people, for people to know your name and know what you're about. And it takes a set to put yourself out there and be judged by people like that. So I want to give you credit, even though you were the butt of my joke.
And I think, there was a victory here because I think my signs looked better. I just had better signs.
You had load on your signs. So I mean, who else does that? I did see the signs driving around. But the reality is that Jeff said you're going into politics, but not really politics.
Right.
I use that word loosely as well. Really, what you were doing is you were going into public service.
Yes.
And that is, and oftentimes we frown upon people like, oh, you want to get that job and keep it forever. And, the reality is your goal was to serve your community to make it a better place. Anybody that goes down that road should be thought of, in, like, as you said, in a positive way. So you should be very proud of that.
It was the first step, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Well, and that's what I wanted to ask you. This was the first step. Do you think you'll run for another public office?
I think so. I mean, Bill, I'm passionate about this area, not just Deerfield, but this whole, area. I mean, otherwise I would have left a long time ago. And I really, there's so many good things happening, and I thought maybe being a part of the positives, would be a good change.
Do you think you're going to be anytime soon just pulling the Band-Aid off and changing from Democrat to Republican?
Oh yeah. As soon as I can do that.
Okay, it's a good idea to get that done.
Again, I just think the whole label, is just, why do we need that label? I could just say I'm independent because there's people that do that, but the chances really of getting elected as an independent are probably just as tough, if not tougher.
Yeah, that's true, Joe. And you can also create your own local party, right? I mean, we've seen that done before. You could even create something tailored to your area, like he's in Deerfield?
Some people make a party based on the issue, like, I don't know, maybe there's a landfill going, and so you're running in Ava, you're the no landfill party.
Right. Or it could be something as simple as I'm Joe Loden, I represent the Do It for Deerfield party, like something like that. And then people just automatically think you're 100% all in on Deerfield, and they don't even know you, but they vote for you because they like you.
And your character, Joe, is not the character of a Democrat, I don't think, because you're loud, you tell it like it is, you don't mind getting into somebody's face a little bit, but at the same time, you like to have a good time. So I think you fit better into the Republican Party anyway, even though that shouldn't matter, because and you're a Trump supporter, right? You're a Trump supporter.
Yeah. Well, I'm a supporter of people doing their part, Bill. I guess.
Okay. Right.
I think if you're capable, you should do your part.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Work hard and be proud of what you can do and accomplish in life. That's all.
Listen, Joe, what I'd like to say is that even more impressed that you ran, even more than that, I'm impressed that after losing, you came on here today to face the music. So that I give you a lot of credit for.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. You can't be a winner. You can't get a trophy every time.
You can't. You can't. Oh, the more reason you should be a Republican. I mean, that whole T-ball reference right there. I mean, come on. Yeah. All right, Joe. Good stuff. And you know what? The other part that people don't know a lot about you is you do a lot for the community. Already, even not being in public service, you do a lot. And I remember the days when you would camp out, because I didn't want to camp out anymore, for Toys for Tots. And you would do it, and we'd raise toys and Operation Sunshine and all of that good stuff. So you do a lot of good things, and you make people happy on their first day of marriage. You do that often. So,
yeah, my track record there is not going very good either.
Well, it's a national thing. There's a trend going on out there.
Yeah,
I get it often too.
The more people I talk to, I'm like, oh yeah, Joe did our wedding. We're divorced now.
I know. Oh, I know.
That's not really a good ad for your business there, Joe.
I hear it a lot too. I mean, you did our wedding. Well, we're not together anymore. It's like I feel terrible. You know. Well,
my one guy that just can't take it.
Though,
what's good about that?
The good thing about that, though, Bill, is I've done a lot of people's weddings twice. So
okay. Nice. You know, the real trifecta is if you get them both the second time, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yes, right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, Joe. Well, listen, thanks for the update. Joe ran in the town of Deerfield for the council there. The town council, is that what it is?
Yeah, councilman.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what happens next time. There's no reason why you can't run again.
That's right.
All right. Angelo.
You know, I constantly tell my mother that I'm going to yell for Utica government, and each time she tells me that I'm not allowed to, and if I do, she will kick me out of the house.
Because it's not an easy job.
I think I would have so much fun, though.
Oh, she knows that you'd make a mockery of the whole thing. That's why. You'd have too much fun.
Well,
okay.
I mean, a mockery.
That's a good point. All right. Joe, thank you, man. Good luck out there.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for having me on. Okay. Thanks for the support.
You. We appreciate it. By the way, I voted for you. I wasn't supposed to. Just to let you know, I snuck in, and they didn't even question me. Gone right in there. Not true. Okay, thanks, Joe. Have a great day.